I was born with congenital rubella. My mother, in the first trimester of pregnancy, had German measles. They removed the cataract when I was 3 months old. Cataract surgery back then was very different than it is now, so they left debris. I had heart surgery when I was about a year old. I was born hearing impaired. I guess you would consider it legally deaf. I was also born with hypotonia, which meant that the muscles didn't develop. My growth was stunted. I was born missing 10 teeth. I had graphic motor impairment. And I think that for me, having spent so much of my life being told, you can't do this, there's just so many things nobody expected me to be able to do. If you tell me I'm not gonna be able to do something, like, I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna do it. My whole premise behind creating this show is I believe all human beings are designed to move, but the way that which they do is their unique creative expression. So I really want to explore what is movement to other people. And I've called it movement as opposed to exercise or athletic performance, or because I wanted to encompass a very wide scope of performance artists, movement artists, athletes with disabilities and challenges. But I really wanted to be how people move and what is meant to them.
Movement is something that I am so grateful for. So grateful, because the reality is there are people who can't move the way I move. Even though I don't have legs, to me, in the grand scheme of things, I'm like, that is just not a big deal.
I know you will never stop moving. And you tell me all the stuff that you love to do, and it's not because you love necessarily the body that it creates or all these other things. You love doing it. Nobody can take that away from you.
And then when I started to see how the human body is really capable of anything that you put your mind to. So there would be things that I would have previously thought, that's not possible, and that became very fascinating that, okay, I can do this.
I was going to be able to observe movement, feel movement, help people with movement, and it just kind of fell into line.
My mom's gone, and like I'm here today at the beach. I'm not doing much, but I feel good today. I'm not high, I'm not on drugs, I'm not strung out. This is what my mom had been hoping for.
He was like, you basically saved your mother's life by making her work out. So, my passion drove, saving my mother's life.
I was really fortunate in that I did have people who were supportive. There were a lot of people, they told my mother to go find a nice institution for me to spend the rest of my life. Like, there was not a lot of people who were thinking there was much hope for me. And so I think to have movement is so tangible. So when you physically accomplish something, it's like, boom, like there it is. You can't argue with it. I, for one, am incredibly excited about exploring what is movement and what is movement to other people. So I hope that all of you are going to be excited about joining me on this journey and discovering what movement means to other people, what it does for other people, how it helps them in their lives, and how it heals them, how it inspires them, and hopefully it'll inspire you too.